Good evening. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
No coincidence, this beautiful day, the most beautiful day so far is Easter Day. And welcome to this concept of the story behind the story. One of the great secrets of the story is what this year represents. This is why I chose a great invocation. It means, may Christ return to earth this year. This year. We've been waiting. Where is Christ? All sitting in this room. You are the Christ. This is what you incarnated to do. To become Christ conscious. And Christ consciousness is what determines whether we graduate from this earth plane, this challenging place, the mastery of physical, mental, and emotional. Some of the secrets of Christ is the fact that Christ existed before Jesus. Christ is a consciousness, not a person. And when they say Jesus the Christ, it's Mary the Christ, June the Christ, George the Christ. But before Jesus, the first one probably was Thoth in Atlantis, the first priest king of Atlantis. And Thoth represented taking responsibility for the light. And he was one of the most powerful people that ever lived. He was in charge of a pure democracy, which, by the way, was given tribute in July 4th, 1776, because that's who we copied democracy from, the pure democracy. Another secret. But then he incarnated as Hermes, Trismegistus, in Greece. And he became the cosmic Christ. So the Christ existed before Jesus. And then that cosmic Christ energy was overlighted, and when it happened in Atlantis, like we know it did, everything was shifted to Egypt. And to commemorate Thoth, the name Amenhotep is a symbol of God Thoth. There were 4 pharaohs of Egypt. Amenhotep 1, 2, 3, and 4. All tribute to God Thoth and Hermes. This is all secrets. And because the Coptics were the derivative of the Essenes, and you know the Essenes, they were that community in Israel. And they were the descendants of the White Brotherhood of Moses. And when this energy shifted from the White Brotherhood to the Essenes, that community of Essene kept all the energy of Moses pure as possible, because they thought he was the way, the truth, and the life. And then up jumped John the Baptist and Jesus. And they traveled right to the Great Pyramid on their bar mitzvah, went right in the king's chamber and were initiated. A birth in the Great Pyramid. These 2 great ones. They didn't know how great they were, of course. That time, Jesus' name was changed. And we lost him. Isa. I-S-S-A. Who's heard the name Isa? And then he started his trek. He started traveling all over the world. This is very similar to what Moses went through. By the way, as you know, he was on last night. And he went out into the desert. And Jesus went out for a period to age 29. And where he went was, he spent a lot of time in India. A lot of time in India. and a lot of time in Egypt. And that's all hidden stuff. What was he there for? Self-mastery. That's what he was there for. Mastery of physical, mental, and emotional. He was the kind of person, Jesus was, who could stick pins through his body. Lie in a bed of nails, lower his heartbeat to 2 or 3 minutes. Interesting. Because Christianity, in the beginning, was a self-mastery training school. It was not ever a religion. It was a self-mastery school of learning to graduate from the airplane, like it still is. Then he went to India, which is kind of the home of yoga, by the way. I read a book called Jesus the Yogi. Quite interesting. Look at all those yoga centers all over the place. Diet, meditation, exercise, self-mastery. That's a coincidence, isn't it? Going right back to the beginning. With Paramahansa Yogananda and Hamid Bey traveling all over the country. In the way back. And spread. Pioneers of metaphysics. A yogi and a Coptic. India, Egypt. Ooh, just a coincidence. Right? You talk about alpha and omega here. It's unbelievable. So then Jesus went through, when he was born, Mary and Joseph took him to Egypt. And they kind of stopped along the way and built a church. They had time, I guess. First Christian church on planet Earth. In Egypt. First one. Interesting. I happened to visit. I was in the travel business, went to Egypt 29 times in 1991. We went to the first Christian church. It was built. Fascinating. How did Mary and Joseph know that Christianity would be returning to Egypt after the crucifixion? How did they know that? I think they knew a lot more than what we realized. And they left tangible representations. And in Egypt, in many trips, they have places in Coptic churches where they said Jesus was here, Jesus was here, Jesus was here, and it's quite fascinating. They knew that he was going to be the Messiah. They knew it. Then, of course, after the crucifixion, Christianity was moved to Egypt. Back to diet, meditation, exercise, and self-mastery. So, Jesus was a personality, Christ is a consciousness. And you are to attain that consciousness of Christ. Now, how does Easter relate to us? Because the great ones are living before us to show us what we must do symbolically in the world. That's what they live for. And Jesus said, greater things I do, ye shall do. And that's what we're trying to do today. We're trying to carry it on from the great ones. And it's back to what is crucifixion. Well, anybody ever go through a corporation downsize? A divorce? A family crisis in the family? Crucifixion. Part of the earth plane. Good news, bad news. You ever notice that about life? Not this group, because you all have highs all the time. You never get in a bad mood, right? Sure. Crucifixion, overcome it. Resurrection, crucifixion, resurrection, challenge, overcome, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, start all over again, time and time and time again. Why is it half light and half dark on the planet? I wonder. Right? Because you see, no one was ever perfect on this planet. Yeah, I went to Rennes-la-Château, France, found out that Jesus was married to Mary Magdalene. Shock. And found out that Mary Magdalene was in charge of 12 female disciples. How many people knew that? Yeah. The 124 principle, you see, hidden from us. Because men, of course, at that time were, excuse me, you know what? In a lot of countries, it still exists, by the way. The 124 principle. And that's what he represented, the 124 principle. And that's what we attract in our lives, too. Oh, yeah. Mirrors. We have 12 male disciples and 12 female disciples, people in our lives that have impacted our life. Starting with our childhood, our young adulthood, marriage, business, your spiritual lives are all mirrors, these people that are attracted to you. And guess what? If you have emotional attachment, positive or negative, they were just like you in another lifetime. Same as Jesus. All the disciples in your life were you from another lifetime. It's exactly the same pattern. It's the same pattern here. You go through these challenges. Because we are here to master this. Master this earth plane. So, Jesus went through his Gethsemane. And he knew he was playing a role. He playing a role as a prototype of how he handled the most critical situation of all time. Such respect. Judas wiped him out of everything. And what did the great one say? Forgive him, Father, he knows not what he does. Wow. Is that a prototype? I understand. He said, I've got to do it for the rest of humanity to show them what they must do when they meet their Judas. Oh, what a great one. This man. Humility, love, service, self-sacrifice. And he said to his disciples, don't you know ye are gods? Oh, really? Mm-hmm. That little secret. You know what the capstone of the Great Pyramid represents? God consciousness. Guess who's supposed to attain God consciousness? Oh, yes. The capstone symbolizes God consciousness. Yep. Just wasn't there for one person. Capstone, and where was it? The back of the dollar bill. Who got it? The founding fathers. They got it, never told anybody. Right? It's amazing. Secrets, secrets, secrets. It's now time to reveal them. For each of us to attain that consciousness and be that prototype to influence and impact other people's lives. Well, that's when I wrote my book, Revelation for Our Time. I spent a whole chapter on the tongue. Why? It means the Lord. So when you hear the name Lord, say, oh my God. My tongue? My tongue is on it? Oh yeah, everything you say comes back to you. I mean, we get exactly what we deserve in life? Exactly. No. You gotta recognize the fact that we are not perfect in you with Jesus. You gotta recognize it. That's all a myth. By the way, when I watch the Ten Commandments, I see so many myths, it's unbelievable. Moses putting his staff into the Red Sea. Come on, gang. Hollywood. I said, what in the heck? And we bought it all. Ridiculous. But that's Hollywood. Moses was anything but a perfect man. Military general, killed people. Well, he was a great guy. But he's a guy. By the way, when he went up to Mount Sinai, you know what the secret was? He met his God consciousness. He went to the capstone, and he became God conscious. Oh, just a coincidence, huh? Oh no, nobody is God. Oh yeah, we are. We are God. There's a book said, "Ye are gods." We are gods. We are co-creators. And this year we become Christ conscious, and we create a new world. Yes, with our tongue, the Lord. Hungry find food, the homeless find homes, sick and injured are healed, or at peace, or at unity, or sharing, or prosperity. Politicians, all nations are your brothers and sisters. All children are your children. Politicians, empower the women in your country. Make them equal to men, and get rid of that slavery. And by the way, greatest day ever for the economy. Greatest day ever, greatest week ever, greatest month ever, greatest year ever, greatest decade ever. What are we doing? We are creating greatest day ever. Every day say it. Not only for you personally, but as a planet. That's the power we have. But when you're praying for the planet, it's about everybody except you and me. That is power. Isn't it interesting that P in power, P in person, this is a coincidence, isn't it? We are all powerful spiritual beings. More powerful than we possibly imagine. But we're imperfect. That's the fallacy of it all. Because imperfect people have done fantastic things with their life. Moses, Jesus, etc. None of them were perfect. We have to recognize that. We have to forgive ourselves for being less than perfect and still go out in the world and serve. Because that's what we're here to do. May Christ return to earth. 2014. How long have we waited? It's the window open. Now is the time to really focus on your life. Meditation. Diet, exercise. I know you're bored with those words, but they're action-oriented and they'll help you graduate, and you'll be a prototype to other people. And they will follow you because you've done it. Because you're a pro. Because you're special. A co-creator. And you're a mirror too, you see. Because life's all about mirrors and magnets. And you are a magnet. See the beautiful people in this room. And the great potential that sits right here. And what Easter represents is a huge, beautiful light pebble. Falls into a beautiful, beautiful lake. Woo! Going waves out and up. And the world has changed because of you. Because of humility, because of love, because of service, because you're special is what you came to do. That's why you've incarnated at this time. These things only happen. This kind of power only happens with the Gemini, the Libra age, and the Aquarian age. And here we are. We're creating the future with the power of mind. And don't forget the tongue. Let's look at Christ. He's got 6 responsibilities. C, tell everybody how wonderful they are all the time. H, organize. Organize your life. R, mirror. Deal with the mirrors around you. Why is that person in my life? You mean to say that was just like them? Yes. Forgive yourself, move on, be there for him too. I. We all call ourselves I. I. Me. Me, by the way, is the mirror. By the way, mirror is mirror and moon. Yeah, that's what it is. But I is also the number of compassion, altruism, and selflessness. But we call each other I. We're I. Because we are. We are the power. We are humility. We are. That's what it was designed to be. Then the S. Thank you for Father, Son. S is the number of the Son. If you have an S in your name, you were in sun temples in our lifetimes. Another little secret. Never hear about them. But for special people like you, you were trained in sun temples. Jesus was not the S-O-N of God, he was the S-U-N of God. But oh no, Jesus was the Son of God, he was perfect, and we're sinners. Sure. Somebody wanted to control people, I think. The Council of Nicaea changed it all from a philosophy of life into a religion. Nothing wrong with religion. We love them all. There's all the flags back there, prayer flags. We believe in all religions and all nations. And by the way, pray for all religions. See, all religions are wonderful. They're all good. We all start in different places, we all end up at the same place. We have to bless all religions. And wherever we are, we're in a Buddhist temple, if we're in a Christian church, when we're in a Christian church, we're Christian, a Buddhist. I went to Tibet twice. I love the Buddhists. It was just absolutely wonderful. So this Easter is different because it falls in the year of May Christ return to earth. And you're it. You're chosen. This is a special, special time. And remember the old simple Christian faith. Accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, no man will live in between. Yeah. Positivity. Greatest day ever. Use it. It works. It attracts the greatest day ever for you and everybody else. That's how powerful you are. Just as a prototype. You reach multifaceted dimensions with what you're doing here. And you don't realize it. But you do. I'd like to end with a little prayer here. Kind of, to me, sums up what Christianity and what religion and philosophy is all about. Here it is. My closing thoughts. Forget each kindness that you do as soon as you have done it. Forget the praise that falls to you the moment you have won it. Forget the slander that you hear before you can repeat it. Forget each slight, each spite, each sneer, wherever you may meet it. Remember every kindness done to you, whatever its measure. Remember praise by others won, and pass it on with pleasure. Remember every promise made and keep it to the letter. Remember those who lend you aid and be a grateful debtor. Remember all the happiness that comes your way in living. Forget every worry and distress. Be hopeful and forgiving. Remember good, remember truth. Remember heavens above you, and you will find through age and youth that many hearts will love you. When the going is tough, bolster up your faith and remember your oneness with God. Realize that with God, all things are possible because you are God. It is your destiny to attain mastery and out of living and be a prototype for others. God bless. You're it. Be that Christ in the world. Make Jesus proud of what he did 2,000 years ago on Easter. Fantastic what he did. All for us. Sacrificed everything for the prototype to say, thank you, great one, great Messiah. That's what the cross means symbolically. Messiah. God bless.